Hey there and welcome back to The Sims 3. My name is Pete and today we complete episode 2 of this attempt to fully complete The Sims 3 World Adventures. Last time we left off, we created William Picking and traveled to Shang Simla. We completed some quests, collected some valuables and met some locals, and as you can see, William's needs have all been reset after returning. To get us started today, we are going to grab our smelted metals from the mail. We sent them off last time just before the post arrived, so they are returned immediately, and with 10 platinum ingots, we make a decent chunk of money, over 5,000 simoleons. This triggers William's wish to become a business partner, not something we want to pursue for now. Instead, let's fulfill the other wish here and invite Uni Iroki over to visit. We met her last episode, and she seemed to get along well with William. There we go, she will arrive at 9 AM on the next morning, so we have some time. And that's good, as William cannot go on his next adventure immediately. As long as this moodlet here exists, traveling is not possible. Now it says here that it will last for 2 days, in reality it is a little less than that. In any case, we need something for Mr. Picking to do, so let's get building. I opted for a slightly different approach with this one. We're not building a house, instead it's going to be a little garden pavilion. Its main purpose will be to serve as an outdoor kitchen and general hangout area, but it does cost a respectable amount of money, slightly over 4,000 simoleons, which this early on is definitely not nothing. Still, I really like how it turned out, nice and outdoorsy, just right for a sim like William. A little fireplace to get cozy at, finished off with some small decorations and plants, and there we are, our first building is done. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see added. For now, William will fill up his social bar by giving a long-distance call to Kuhao Yid, Shang Simla's special merchant. Afterwards, we're embracing the elder lifestyle a little bit. William has some time to kill until Uni arrives, so we're visiting the local swim club, where William takes a swim to fill up his fun meter, and afterwards goes for a little nap. A good 2 hours later, we can see him use the bathroom to acquire another positive moodlet from the shower. As long as we keep his overall mood high, he will constantly gain lifetime happiness points, and there are a few rewards I'd like to grab early. Back home then, an autumn salad is for dinner. William can also light the fire for a nice ambience, then warm himself at it, and finally spend the evening hours just sitting and watching the flames. As you can see, lifetime happiness is moving in the right direction, and we have already reached 5,000 points yet again, although our next reward costs a little more than that, so we're saving up for a while longer. Eventually then, it's time to extinguish the fire and head off to bed inside William's luxurious tent, and with that we can skip ahead to the next morning. You can see it here, only 9 hours left until we can travel again, so not quite 2 days. Still, some time is left, also until Uni arrives, so let's visit the local community garden, which not only has a public restroom, but also some fruits and vegetables to harvest. Those will make for a nice addition to our fridge, ensuring that we can keep cooking meals without having to pay for ingredients. William harvests a few of each plant and then returns home. High time for breakfast, and just in that moment we see Uni Iroki arriving. So, with his cereal consumed, let's give her a friendly bow, ignore the fact that the two are apparently attracted to each other, then light a fire and ask Uni to teach us a local song. All Sims from the 3 travel destinations know these and can teach them to others. Afterwards then, we work on strengthening the friendship. Thanks to his friendly trade, William makes quick progress, and the two even hug. Perfect time to ask Uni to move in. Yes, I think you have expected this already. Uni will be the first young adventurer that we recruit to continue William's legacy. And there we go, she agrees. Wonderful. We can now have her move in. This conveniently also allows her brother Akitora and his wife Mixie to live by themselves without a third wheel in the household, and Uni even adds a further 5,000 simoleons to our household funds. Now, here's why Uni was picked. Not only is she a young adult and has plenty of time to go adventuring, she also has the adventurous trait, one of the very few pre-generated sims to possess it, just like William, and on top of all that, she has some minor experience in the painting and, more importantly, in the martial arts skill. Speaking of which, let's put down the board breaker, which can only be used if a sim has their martial arts skill at least at level 3. Conveniently, that's exactly where Uni is. She also has a wish to use it, and we will fulfill that right away, as one of the skill challenges for the martial arts skill is to break 150 oak boards. So, let's get to it. Now, unfortunately, at level 3 in the martial arts skill, Uni is not quite experienced enough for this and has hurt her hand, so no more training for at least a few hours. Still, the wish is fulfilled, and so she can now join William at the fireplace, where we wait out the last minutes until William can travel again. And there we go, moodlet removed. In total it took about 28 hours or so, but Mr. Picking's next adventure is waiting, and this time we're going to Egypt. Now we could take Uni with us, but she just arrived and we want to keep this simple. Thanks to being an elder and the Jet Setter lifetime reward, we only pay 975 simoleons for another 3-day trip, and so while Uni pays our bills for the first time, William Picking travels to Al-Simhara. Right, we have arrived at the Al-Simhara base camp, looking a little different from the one in Shang Simla. Instead of beds, adventurers will sleep in tents, and the kitchen area is also a bit more bare bones. Nonetheless, William's arrival earns him 2,250 lifetime happiness points, and obviously up first we will take a look at the adventure board. Once again, I have discarded a few opportunities until we land on this one here. The local relic merchant Kailev Tel, named after a Patreon supporter in the naming rights tier, wants us to collect 5 pieces of copper and bring them to him. That's a quest we can accept, as it once again enables the collection helper, albeit only for copper, which we immediately set out to collect. Very similar to how we began our trip to Shang Simla, simply because I would like to save the proper tomb exploration adventures for other sims. Especially here in Al-Simhara, they can be very lengthy quest chains that tend to require multiple trips. In Al-Simhara, William also gets to ride a scooter, and overall the road network here is a little better than in Shang Simla. There are still plenty of paths that can only be walked upon, but the proper roads stretch out a little further. With copper piece number 4 collected, we have also come across another small dig site that William quickly starts excavating. His first relic find prompts the already expected wish to find one worth 150 simoleons, and even though he does not succeed at it here, Mr. Picking does find a gemstone and a money bag, both of which we can sell for some cash. A rare seed is then the last find. Obviously we're keeping that one. And then it's off to the next dig site. This took some scouting, but the ruins nearby have one, as well as a camel that is in fact only a wooden display. William meanwhile uncovers a canopic jar and completes his wish. These jars are part of a larger special collection. There's 5 of them, and finding them all unlocks something rather unique. I won't spoil it here though. Eventually then, William moves on to collect copper piece number 5. The sun is already setting, so let's return to the town and deliver the goods. We meet relic merchant Kailev Tel inside his shop at the market, and we are rewarded with a small sum of money, as well as with visa points and ancient coins. Now William has also developed the wish to purchase a camera, so let's hit up the general goods store run by Izirina Doiran, named after patron supporter Izirina and channel member Metehan Doiran, who is her husband. Now, we could purchase a camera for only 250 simoleons, but Al-Simhara is the home of the photography skill, so this is the only place where more expensive cameras can be bought, and we have some money to spare, so let's grab the most expensive one here for over 3,000 simoleons. Immediately following that, William wants to take a photo. Nothing easier than that. We can simply use Izirina here as our model, and even though the picture costs us a whopping 28 simoleons, the lifetime happiness points are well worth it. Now William wants to learn the photography skill properly, another wish we can promise him for now, before we then return to camp in the evening for a quick canned soup dinner. Afterwards, William enters his own, compared to the others, much more luxurious tent and sleeps the night away, so let's skip ahead to the following morning. That morning begins with a quick stop in the restroom, everything here that one would need, then it's a juice quick meal for breakfast, before we notice that a happy night has pushed us over 10,000 lifetime happiness points. With those, we are now grabbing the Never Dull lifetime reward, allowing William to endlessly repeat the same social interaction without others getting bored, a very powerful tool in quickly making friends. And at least one of those we need to make to complete this next quest here, issued by Izirina Doiran herself, although who to befriend is entirely up to us. Needless to say, I already have a target in mind, but first let's fulfill another wish, just to free up the slot. The temple of Queen Hatshepsut is close by, and the visit earns us 500 points. William also spots another dig site nearby that we gladly excavate for some minor relics and ancient coins, before we then return to the Al-Simhara market. Our next stop is the book merchant, Sanat Huja, another patron supporter, and from him we want to purchase the photography skill book that is only available here in this location. It costs only 50 simoleons and is in my opinion the fastest and cheapest way to learn the photography skill. However, we're not done yet. Sanat Huja is also who we're going to befriend, a task that is made significantly easier thanks to both the Never Dull lifetime reward and William's friendly trait. By repeatedly throwing compliments at Sanat, it only takes about 2.5 hours until the two are friends, and we already receive a nice reward even before turning in the quest. William now also has the wish to invite Sanat over to his home, although with that same wish still being there for uni despite her visit, I'm not sure if these actually work or if they're bugged. Still, let's promise it for now, and then report back to Izirina, who praises us for building a relationship with a future customer, but apart from that offers no further reward. Now, we still have some daylight left, so after a quick visit to the restroom, let's take another look at the adventuring board to find a quest that is very easy to complete. On behalf of Ketevan Moraes, named after patron supporters Ketevan and Tatiana Moraes, his in-game wife I believe, we are tasked with visiting local landmarks, and that's it. One stop at each of them. This is a very good starter quest to obtain some easy visa points, so let's get to it. Our first destination is the Great Pyramid, William looking tiny in comparison here, and only reaching its entrance already earns us 10 visa points. It also gives William the wish to go inside, and even though I said no tomb exploring for now, let's make an exception here. He only needs to take a few steps. Inspecting the door reveals an entrance that Mr. Picking can step through, although considering the number of skeletons in the corridor behind it, we might want to quickly leave again. Our next stop is then the Sphinx, another iconic landmark, and with the 10 visa points obtained from visiting this one, William then reaches visa level 1 for Al-Simhara. This once again unlocks the special merchant, who we will pay a visit to later. For now, we return to the ruins of Karnak. This is the place with the wooden camel that we already visited earlier while relic hunting. There we go, that's 10 more visa points, time to turn in for the night. For dinner, we're going to roast some potatoes at the fire pit. This does admittedly take quite a bit longer than just consuming a quick meal, while still only providing the same nourishment, although it is completely free, and sitting near a fire also gives a positive moodlet. Either way, around midnight William heads off into his tent, just as we are informed that our vacation ends in one day, but we are making good progress, I would say. On the next morning then, a quick cereal breakfast and a shower get our adventurer ready to go. He has a few wishes here that we quickly want to complete. First, William wants to visit the market, and he does so in time for us to still also promise him a visit to a pyramid. Before it comes to that, the temple of Queen Hatshepsut is visited once more, and we earn a further 10 visa points. And then the Pyramid of the Wind is up next on our list, 2 birds with 1 stone. And just like that, we have fulfilled yet another wish and completed the grand tour. Time to meet quest giver Ketvan Moraeus, who also serves as Shang Simla's special merchant. Reporting back to him earns us 1,250 simoleons, a nice reward, alongside 20 visa points and 200 ancient coins. That's plenty, and very convenient too, since we can spend some of them to purchase an item from Ketvan's inventory. All special merchants have a base stock of items that are always the same, but they also carry location-specific items, and Ketvan here sells mummy snacks. They are precisely what the name suggests, food for mummies, and it might be sensible to grab one, just in case. Then we return to Izirina to purchase something you can already hear in the background, a snake charming basket. Snake charming is a new, albeit hidden skill in World Adventures, and mastering it has its advantages, while the purchase is cheap enough to justify. While we are in the market, William also meets Kozan Demirchan, named after a channel member, who is the local food merchant and can sell us some cherries and pomegranates, 2 more unique new fruits added in World Adventures that we want to bring back home for future use. Then William spends the rest of the afternoon reading the photography skill book. His photographer's eye trait allows him to reach level 1 very quickly, and thus another wish is fulfilled, and William Picking has officially learned his first skill. A brief visit to the restroom and some bread with jam at the base camp later, our trip to Al-Simhara is already at its end. We have done everything I had on my list, and with only a few hours left, there's really nothing else that's worth doing. So let's pull out the phone and end the vacation a little early this time. And there we are. Just seconds after he left, William returns to his home lot in Riverview. Uni is already waiting for him. and I think you might already be able to guess who's hopefully joining the two very soon. For today, let's make the cut. I do want to shout out some fan art though, this one of the written kind. This was actually sent to me quite a while back. I received a message from Josh, who had completed the incredible task of writing out the entirety of the first Sims 3 series on this channel from the perspective of the Sims involved in it, 20 pages long, and a lovely glimpse into the potential motivations behind some of the events happening in that series, and perhaps a perfect way for you to recap those events while you're waiting for new episodes. I have left a link to the entire thing down below in the comments, and speaking of new episodes, next week I'll be on a short vacation myself, although nothing quite as adventurous as our Sims. Nonetheless, there will only be one new video on the channel that week, likely on Friday. Baldur's Gate will of course also return, but I just did not have the time to pre-produce videos for both series, so I thought I'd prioritize this one, since it only just started and deserves to maintain some momentum. So that's it for today. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then I would be very happy if you could leave a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing and want to support me and my channel further, you can of course go ahead and subscribe to stay up to date, grab some merch over on shop.petecomplete.com, or become a channel member or Patreon supporter. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.